So listen. So people always make it seem like wisdom and knowledge are the same. So I decided that I wanted to study it for myself because I knew that they were different, but I didn't really know how they were different. And so this is my understanding. So knowledge is based off of the things that we learned, the things that we read, and maybe even it could maybe even came from somebody in our life who we view as maybe a leader or something in our lives, or we view them as somebody who has great wisdom or whatever. So that's what knowledge is. Knowledge comes from learning. Knowledge comes from research. You know what I mean? Knowledge comes from all of those things. That's how you learn. All of that is knowledge. Wisdom is how you apply the knowledge, how you apply what you have already learned. That's what wisdom is. So, but this is the thing though. So you gotta be very careful of the knowledge that you've learned, right? Because knowledge doesn't always come as positive. Knowledge doesn't always come from a great person. Knowledge doesn't always come from great research. Why? Because everything on the internet is not correct. You know what I mean? And sometimes maybe even a book that you have read is just someone's opinion. Even if there's somebody that you consider as having great wisdom, right? They could still be they could still not be correct about that. So you still have to research it, because you want to make sure that your knowledge is correct. That is great. Is for real. It's very, very important for your knowledge to be correct. Why? Because I just said that wisdom is you applying everything that you have learned. So what happens is that people apply everything that they have learned and go out in the world and teach it, and go out in the world and do it. Now you're creating chaos. Now you're creating demonic forces. Now you're creating all kinds of bad things because you thought that was correct, because you didn't do your research, because you just went by everything that person has said because you trusted them. You know what I mean? So you just literally, you went out into the world and you did all of those things without going back, checking the resources on it, without going back, making sure that these things are correct. You know what I mean? Because like I said, everything on the internet is not even correct. You know what I mean? So we can't even talk about wisdom until we get past knowledge. That's every literal thing that you have learned. So make sure that you're reading the right things, that you're researching them correctly and from the right sources, and also that you're listening to the correct person. And the ultimate thing of it all, right, is to just go to God in prayer, because He knows every single thing about a person. He knows whether they're good or bad. He knows whether it's an opinion or a fact, what they're saying. He knows whether the book that you're reading is influential and is great, you know what I mean, for you to pass on through the world. He knows these things. So in order for you to even get to wisdom, you got to get past knowledge. So I encourage you to, for one, not listen to everything that everybody has to say. Go back and do your research on it. I don't care who it is, even your leader. There have been many times that I have went to Bible study, or there have been many times that I have went to church, and I go back home and I do my research, and I ask God, is it correct? I read the word to see if it's correct, and I do my own research on it. I do the same exact thing for people. Now, I have been in a situation where I did it, but that's why I'm here. You gotta make sure that it is correct and that somebody is not telling you whatever their opinions are for their lives. Go back and research it. We can't talk about wisdom yet because we got to get past knowledge.